Yo, 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 yo. What's up, all you burners, stoners, and potheads out there? This is Weedman 420 with the Weedman 420 Chronicles. How are all you vipers doing out there? Mrs. Weedman.
Mr. Weedman.
How the hell are you?
Amazing.
Why?
Because we're going to be puffing on the Zenco.
Hell yeah, puffing on the Zenco. Everyone out there in the world of weed, we have the Smoke Sesh session tonight, and we have three amazing guests that made this amazing gizmo that you heard Mr. and Mrs. Weedman talking about for weeks right now. We have Paul, Wendy, and Franco here on the Weedman 420 Chronicles show. How you guys doing and gals doing out there?
Doing great.
Amazing.
Doing awesome. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks for being on the show, and thank you for the lovely, lovely, lovely gizmo here that I'm pressing the button so everyone can hear already, because Mr. Weedman wants to get high. So we're so excited to have you on the show, Mrs. Weedman.
Yeah.
Take a little rippity sip, 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 as I call. I've been telling people about this for a while now, and I'm super excited. But we have you on because we want you to tell us your story. We want to hear everything about it. Franco, we want to hear how this gizmo got started. Tell us about it. Tell our listeners around the world in, what are we in now? 125 countries, 5,200 cities around the world. Tell us, Franco, please, to all our listeners, brother, while I take a rip.
All right. Well, gosh, you're in 120 countries. I think you only have 43 to go before you crack the world. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So yeah, the story, there's a little bit of a backstory. So Zenco was actually inspired by a product called Bello, Bello. And Bello launched here in Boulder, Colorado, where I'm based, about 3 years ago, and by a gentleman named Ian. I had met Ian through an investment site that I saw that he was raising some capital for Bello, and I was interested in that, and I ended up meeting him, and he was a pretty young kid, right? I think he was 26 at the time, but this was, I'm dating myself here, but if there was ever a Doogie Howser of weed, it was Ian. He was like a brilliant inventor. He actually wasn't an engineer, but he was a designer, but he had come up with the Bello, which was a tabletop product. I know some people are listening on audio, but this is what it looked like, about the size of an Amazon Alexa. And it was sort of the first tabletop vaporizer that you could consume through a glass. And Ian had launched, and we had a ton of success. And Wendy and Paul were actually selling the Bellows up in Canada. And we were off and running, and unfortunately, Ian passed away suddenly last year, which was a complete shock to everybody, and Bellows shut down. We had a lot of customers, a lot of traction. We had the rapper 2 Chainz was a big endorser of the Bello, and
We like 2 Chainz.
yeah, 2 Chainz was awesome, and we started getting into a lot of lounges and things like that as they were opening. And my hat's off to Wendy and Paul, because once Bello shut down, they had quite a lot of customers out there. We had a lot of customers here in the U.S., and there was nothing any of us could do. It's sort of a sad moment, but a lot of times the real magic happens when you're throwing a curveball. You're giving some lemons, and you got to make lemonade, right? And that's what they did. Those Canadians made some incredible tasting lemonade, and they went out and created sort of a new and improved Bello, and that's Zenco. And Zenco is essentially sort of the same principle. You put a glass over the device, and it fills up the glass with vapor. But they made a lot of improvements, and that's what's brought us here today. And I'm proud to be a partner of Wendy and Paul's distributing Zencos here in the U.S.
Awesome. Can you tell me how the name, what does Zenco mean? Is there a meaning to it?
I'll defer to you.
So we bounced it around for about 2 months trying to come up with the right name. We knew that under no circumstances it could be anywhere similar to Bello. And we really went with the Zen company. So that's where Zenco comes from. That's Zen, and finding that inner peace and the health benefits of the plant. So we came up with it one night while we were brainstorming, having a session with the Bello unit, and it went from there.
I tell you what, I smoke this thing every day for the last 2 weeks, and it puts me in a Zen moment every time I smoke it. I tell you what. So thank you. It's a great name. So Wendy and Paul, the couple I want to shake a hand to one day and give you guys some big hugs one day. And if we ever get to meet, tell us your story. I love a good story.
Go ahead, Wendy.
Okay.
It's yours.
So my story is I love to travel. I was pre-legalization in Canada. I was in the situation where I was basing where I traveled on cannabis consumption. I use it medically, and I would base, okay, I can go to Jamaica or I could go to Colorado because I knew I could get my medicine when I traveled. That started a company by the name of Cannabis Hotels. We had cannabis hotels going just prior to legalization in Canada, and we were running for approximately just over 9-10 months, and COVID hit. So that was a little bit of a setback with the entire industry. I mean, we were working with hotels globally, but I was sitting on my porch one afternoon and I saw the bellow for the first time. And it was one of those moments where I said to myself, I'm buying that. It doesn't matter what it costs. I need this on our patio at the cottage. Because I envisioned friends sitting around, the normalization of consumption, where we didn't have to feel that if somebody's having a glass of vapor or they want to have a glass of wine, that it's essentially the same thing. And so I saw the brilliance behind the product. And from that moment on, I think I harassed Franco for about a month trying to get in there so that I could be a distributor in Canada and moved forward. It has always been a passion for me. And the reason I'm so passionate about it is ending that stigmatization of cannabis, whether it's through lounges, whether it's in the medical space. We've now been approved in 4 states for Zenco to be used for a medical apparatus.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and really, I mean, when you take a senior that can be very intimidated by so many products on the market, so many of them represent smoking, even if they're not smoking a pen, various other things, rigs are just way too much for them. This really is a tool that normalizes it. Everybody drinks out of a glass. It's not intimidating. So that was where I started. I still love the cannabis tourism and hospitality area, and this really fits into that with the lounges opening up in Vegas, down in West Hollywood. We're seeing.
Can I mention one? The one where I got to try your lovely machine and our friend Marie at Rise GTI up in Mundelein, their consumption lounge. That's what I want to mention.
They're an amazing location, and the love that we've gotten in the Chicago area has been unreal. I mean, every day we're seeing different posts from different people in the Chicago region.
There's been some really good posts I've been seeing from the Chicago area. Really good stuff. Like I saw like a big like table with like beautiful setup, and the glasses were all on the table just waiting for people to drink. Oh gosh, it was lovely. Lovely. I'm telling you what, it's exciting to see because I you hooked me like a big 9-pound bass out of that lake, baby. First time I saw this, Wendy, I got home, and the first thing I said to Mrs. Weedman, I said, you got to try this thing. I got to take you up to Mundelein to try this thing. Is the most. I was showing her all the pictures we were taking and the videos and stuff. I'm like, this thing is out of sight. And I was texting it to my brother down in Florida, Bigfoot. And he was like, dude, where the hell did you get this thing? I'm like, I don't have it yet, but I'm buying one soon. This thing got lit, and it was fun. I mean, I don't smoke concentrates all the time, but we were ripping concentrates up there, and it made the experience, because I have a rig and I have a torch, and you know, I watch people do it all the time. That's just not, it's just too much. It's just like, how do you do this? What do you do? And people get scared. You burn yourself, light your eyebrow off, whatever. This made the experience of concentrates and so much fun, and just oh gosh, I could just sell the hell out of this thing because I love it. It's just amazing. Amazing, Wendy. I'm so proud of you and Paul and Franco for just taking this head on and going. So go ahead, finish. Sorry, I'm sorry. I got excited. See, I get really high from this stuff. It's great.
I'm glad that you love it. I love watching people when they try it for the very first time, or they're watching other people when they're consuming with it. I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, we'll be at an event, and literally it just draws people in because it's a new way to consume. It's a way that people have not consumed in the past, and it's such a social way to consume at the same time for the consumer. And given nobody knew we'd be in this world of that we've been in the last few years, for many places the sanitation is key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to add to that you know, in the history books, we'll always look back and see that, you know, read about COVID, and when that happened, everything shutting down. That was actually one of the biggest blessings for this device, in that COVID hit right when Bello launched.
Yeah.
And what was incredible is, you know, everybody was worried about 6 feet and social distancing and spreading the corona and all that around. But when you get your own glass, when everybody gets their own glass, all of a sudden there was a device that was hitting at the perfect time where everybody could have their own dishwasher safe glass. I mean, would you ever put a bong in a dishwasher? No, you wouldn't really put, you know, those things that aren't made. These glasses are made to go in the dishwasher, can be cleaned instantaneously. And so for commercial applications or just people that like to share, it really is COVID really was a blessing to kind of take it off. So,
but even if you only have one, you can use a straw, because I've seen people using straws. That was awesome. I was like, oh, you can, even if you only had one at the house and you had 6 people or 10 people, you're like, oh, everyone just get a straw, pass it around, have some fun, you know?
Exactly.
I'm not a straw guy, so I love drinking it like a glass of wine.
Think of like just being you've got friends over, you're hanging out, and you've got the Zenco sitting on the middle of the table. Everyone does have their own glass. And then when you are like, instead of grabbing another beer, you just go back over and pop your glass on the machine.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's
boom,
great.
you've got your vape.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody is just chilling out.
Have you thought about putting, like, making a cap just for that reason? If someone overfills it and they don't want to waste it, put a little cap. Is it like, is there a cap for it?
Yeah, so we do. You'll see them come up on the website in the next couple of days.
Sweet.
We've got that, as well as the ceramic coil that we'll be releasing in 2 days. And
Wendy, you smart girl, you smart. The ceramic is the way to go than the nickel. Very good. We've talked about that on the show. Applause. Applause. Very good. Very good. Well, anything else to your story? Because now we want to learn how to use this baby. I want to learn how to use this gizmo. So anything else before we move on? Before Paul, the master blaster, gets more blasted than I already am?
I've always been into funky ways to smoke weed since like high school, you know. This sort of reminds me, I don't know if you ever did frosted mugs in high school or at any time, where you'd freeze like a big A&W mug, put a couple inches of water in it, and then blow shotguns into it, and then all the smoke would just stay inside the mug, and then you'd drink back.
What?
All right, I'm gonna sing the song for you because I still know the song. That A&W root beer's got that funky good taste. A&W root beer's got Paul in his mugs in the face. I love it. A&W root beer, baby.
But try that, and I was doing that like 30, 40 years ago, whenever that was. So, but that's what this reminds me of quite a bit, drinking out of a glass, because that was pre-internet in those days, right? So
yeah, 100%.
Definitely try it.
All
so
right.
yeah, we'll learn how to use this bad boy, eh?
Yeah.
So fully charge it first, obviously. And it's just a tap button. People get confused that it's a push button, but it's just a sensor. So you just gotta lightly tap it 5 times. I usually go 6 times because sometimes I miss a beat. And then,
come on, Paul, you don't look like a guy that misses a beat.
Oh, I miss lots of beats. I'm a guitar player too, so you know. So yeah, so you got the green light on there. 3 taps will change your temperature. I always start with the lowest, which is yellow. And then that goes to blue. 1, 2, 3. Green's nice for hash, like homemade hash.
Oh, I need to come and visit you.
That's red. So we're on yellow. The only really thing you have to clean here is this ring in the center. So it's pretty easy to clean. This unscrews.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Before you move on with the cleaning part of it, with a cartridge, because that's what I'm using right now. Do I have to clean with a cartridge too?
Sometimes some cartridges get messy and leaky, and you may just have to clean this out because that's your contact in there. So you want to keep that clean.
Perfect.
So it's like putting a battery in a flashlight. It's got to be clean to work, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thanks for reminding me, because I'm going to clean mine tonight now.
And that's also where the air comes through. So if you're not getting the airflow, that won't help either. So you can just soak that in alcohol or bong cleaner, whatever you're into. What do you want to
start with the sticky greens?
Sticky greens.
So we've been working with this really cool company. They're only in Canada, but they have a product line out where all of their terpenes are different drink flavors. So pina colada, root beer. I think we're using a sour berry. Paul's gonna show the 510 cart, but then he's also got some concentrates, and he's got his homemade hash here as well.
I'm coming to visit for some of that homemade. I love hash.
Yeah,
love
it. I like to keep it in my pocket just to smell it all the time.
My man.
Like one of the old Vicks Vapor Rub nasal things. You've got it like in a chapstick container. You just take it out and sniff it.
It's the terpenes again. It's like, wow.
Right?
It's awesome.
You see Paul back.
amazing.
You see Paul showing up to a rave nowadays with a hash Vaseline on his head.
Yeah. See how the light comes on when you screw it in?
Yeah.
That means you got contact. You're good. It's ready to go. So it's a good idea to have it powered up before you turn it on, or screw a card in, whether it's the atomizer, and then that way you know you have contact and it's going to work, right? Let's put that on. Have your choice of your glass or the bubbler. I'm going to go with the glass for this one.
I'm going to try the bubbler for the first time. I'm excited.
Bubbler?
Do the bubbler with them.
Sure.
Hell yeah. Bubbling together.
And now with this device, less is more, for sure. You're better to have 4 small glasses than 1 huge glass. It's going to taste better.
You're not going to overheat your cartridge.
Yeah, you're not going to overheat the cartridge. You're not going to green out. A lot of people do that because they want to fill the glass so much, and they don't realize concentrates are so powerful.
Yeah, we always talk about the fact that we love the videos where you're showing the full glass, the smoke billowing out. I mean, they look great on social media, but
smell.
Yeah, absolutely. But from a consumption standpoint, especially for the new consumer, it's starting with less and seeing how you feel after it.
So there we go. And you just rip it like a bomb.
That's pretty good. The smell is amazing. The terpenes coming off that is incredible.
Yeah. You'll notice too on the bottom part of the bong, there's a little hole. Do you see that on the bottom half of the bong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to cover that or anything like you do with the normal bong, okay? That's just for airflow for the pressure to go out so the smoke can fill up inside there. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean now.
That's smooth and flavorful.
We'll try to hold that, and
we've had a few people that they don't realize that it's not a glass like the regular Duo cup. So this is our Flow, and then there's the Duo. So the Duo you drink back, the Flow you're hauling on it the same as you would a bomb. But we have had a few people that tip it back and the water comes down on them. So yeah, you don't want to do that.
You only do that once.
Yeah, right.
So now I got the Duo, which is what I've been using since you sent it to me. So, and I've had a lot of fun with this glass.
Yeah.
It's been
so
it's been.
So people know the Duo unit comes with 2 glasses, just regular like drinking glasses, versus the Flow, which is the bubbler.
And all of our glassware, Mr. Weedman, Ms. Weedman, they're all interchangeable on any unit. So if you have a Duo unit and then you buy the glassware for the Flow, you can add that to your existing unit. We're going to be bringing out some additional glassware, our stemless wine glass, and we're playing around with the engineering idea with a coffee cup as well.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing's amazing. I just took it apart because I really wanted the way you took it apart and put the stuff in. I'm just looking at it all. And
yeah, I'm just going to put some resin in here, live resin. I can't remember who made it.
That is gray beer. Yeah, that's
no, not gray beer.
It's not gray beer.
But I know it's a mango something or other.
So you just drop it right into that base in the center?
Yeah, it comes with a little spatula thing, and it's perfect.
Yeah, I got them right here in front of me.
So for anyone that's not watching and might be listening, so this is the base, basically like the charger, the engine of this thing. When you take the glass off, there's a little stopper under that. You remove that stopper.
It looks like a flying saucer.
And then that's where you would place any type of cannabis product.
You would screw in the atomizer, and that's what you fill up. It's like a miniature bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, you give Q-tips too, which is great because I'm pulling one out right now. Just to, like,
can you see?
No, I can't see so good. There we go. This thing's great. Oh my gosh, it comes with. You guys thought of everything. You thought of everything. It cleans nicely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll notice Paul has the straw in right now. He loves the straw. We used it for different events, and we used it more to not have to have as many glasses at the event. But a lot of people actually like, because for some people, certain 5-10 carts can seem a little bit harsh, and he finds that for him, the straw and having that extra airflow actually kind of cools it for the throat. So he prefers to use a straw in the duo. Some people prefer to use it like you mentioned, just drinking it straight from the glass.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul let me know about that on Instagram. Hey, try it with a straw.
Yeah,
I did.
I think that's a great idea.
It is.
Yeah.
But I'm Italian, so I like to...
Let's try this stuff. This is a mango. Concentrates will take a little longer to fill up versus the carts. Carts are like instant.
I think that's why I like it so much, the cart, because it's all of a sudden like, wow, it's there.
It's so fast. Yeah.
I love being able to just have it sitting out. It's on the coffee table or on a patio. And when people are over or it's just us, you can just fill a glass. There's no work behind it.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm not a daytime consumer. I usually consume in the evening. And it's been sitting on our kitchen island all week.
I've been ripping this thing a lot.
Just push the button for like a second.
well, I know. I joke that it's kind of the Nespresso of cannabis.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
a little shot of espresso.
Oh yeah, I've been doing little sips in the morning and little sips, and I'm never really a true wake and baker, but I've been pressing the button, getting it like filled up to halfway through the black cap, and
you can microdose with it.
Yeah, I've been microdosing this a lot. I'm gonna be the Grey Poupon guy soon.
Yeah, that's just about half up on the black silicone ring, and you do a bunch of small ones like this. It smells better. I love to sniff it like brandy, and the terpenes explode in your nostrils, going, "Oh, it's so good."
I just did a double back into it. I sucked it through the nose and put it back in with my nose, and then sucked it back up with my nose.
We could actually it's comparable to when you're going out for wine tasting. We had a cannabis sommelier. She's one of, I think, 22 that are fully trained and certified across the world. And she said to me, when she tried this, she said, this is the only product out that really gives that true experience of something comparable to what a wine sommelier would be doing when they're sampling different wines.
Yeah, because they're swirling it, right? It's like when
and they're getting all of those aromas and the terpenes. Like it's the perfect glass to. And I'm not saying I'm talking. I love the product, and even if it wasn't our product, it would be the fact that you can now do that and normalize it the same way that we normalize alcohol.
Yeah.
But for the connoisseur, really, I mean, the glass, if you think about a pen or a bong, it really, the whole functionality of that shoots it down your throat, right? So that's the most common thing I hear, is that the taste and the smell come out when it gets to sort of permeate in the glass, right? And so the other great
I like that word, Franco, permeate. It's a good word.
Yeah, I think I pulled that out of somewhere deep in the RAM there. But the other beauty of the glass, which makes it universal from the full-fledged connoisseur all the way to the beginner, is that because you can see it, you can really control your dose, right? You can see that's what the morning makes so much sense, right? Because you're not taking a mystery hit. You can really see the dose, control the dosage. and you also see how the different concentrates or flour or, you know, the vapor's different depending on what sort of substance you're using. So as you can see, as Paul's using concentrate, it's a little heavier and sits down. When I put flour in it, it floats a little bit more. So it's kind of nice to be able to actually see what you're ingesting.
Yeah.
I if I can speak for Paul, because I can speak for myself, I feel pretty heavier right now myself after like that 6th rip.
It's nice though, isn't it?
Oh, I'm so mellow. I put Skywalker in there. Oh, Skywalker.
Yeah.
Lightsabered me.
Yeah. You look like you have the Force is with you now.
Well, we've had some consumers that they've said to me, they're daily consumers, maybe all day consumers. And they've said, you know, I have to take tolerance breaks sometimes so that I can still get that high. But when I've tried using Zenco, it's a different high that I can actually still feel that high off of it, which was interesting to me. And it's very much like Paul said, that controlling, or Franco was saying, the controlling of the dosing. I mean, they can really see a funny story that everybody gets a kick out of that I tell. The very first event I did with Bello, I'm not a heavy consumer. I use it medically. And I'm at an event, there's probably 400 people there, and we're one of the main tables for people to come up. It's a social event. I'm sitting there and I'm filling the glasses up right to the top. I'm showing everybody like how cool it is with the salt coming up. I'm sucking them back. Paul looked over at me. He's like, Wendy, you better slow down. And I'm show everybody.
Like, don't do that.
He's like, don't do that. And
that's a big glass. It's gonna hurt you.
Next thing he knows, or next thing I know, I look over at him. I'm like, I gotta leave. And he's like, what? You gotta stay. I'm like, nope, you gotta get me out of here now. Very first time that I actually greened out, and it was with an event that I'm there for the product. So I went and sat out in the car for about an hour. Luckily, I had someone else there. But it's definitely something that you have to be very aware of, because the purity of those concentrates that you're using are not like just hauling on a joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I might smoke more of that bubbler after the show.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, Mrs. Weedman said not yet. She knows I'm there. Well, don't forget, before the show started, I did 2 videos before the show started to promote the show coming on. I was ripping. I ripped like 4 hits.
Oh my god.
Before the show even started.
Yeah.
Now I'm like on 10.
Perfect. Well, cheers. Salute to you.
I'm pretty baked.
Yes,
and Mrs. Weedman see me baked. Cheers.
Yeah.
Salute.
Cheers. Salute.
Salute.
Cheers.
Yeah, so I'm pretty ripped right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's how I feel. I'm ripped. I'm
Gotcha.
baked. I love it though. This thing is amazing. Oh, amazing. I love it. I'm pretty high.
You're doing the Skywalker? Is that flour you're using?
No, I was using a cartridge, but it's
okay,
it's like 92%. It's pretty high. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty.
We know. Can you
I can
help us
see.
get to the next stage?
Of course I can get to the next stage.
We're good?
You guys got anything else to say? Anything to talk about?
With the buttons for the autofill, you press it twice. Whoops, so that was 3 times to change the temperature.
3 times?
Twice. It's autofill.
Oh.
And this is the hash, so it takes a little longer.
And it's nice when he's doing something that needs that time.
And then
he doesn't have to sit there holding it. It'll autofill on that hash.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or you could just do manually and just hold the button, right?
Huh.
1 tap and let it go and it stops.
The
autofill is Paul's catching up.
Yeah.
That's really
cool.
And it's nice because you don't have to do it right away either. Like you can set, if you have a bunch of glasses, you can leave them out.
Yeah, we've had some of the chefs are using them in dinners, and it's great because they'll actually have everyone fill them, have them sitting around at the table, and like we did, everybody will cheer. So it's great because if you're not filling the glass right up, the vapor's not escaping out of the top as well.
Huh? And you don't lose the potency?
No.
Wow, that's cool.
How does it smoke with flour? I haven't
It's
tried it yet.
not- it's not the greatest with flour, but if you do, you say you're a grower, so your stuff is probably not so dry as a lot of the.
Oh no, my stuff's always moist
Sticky.
and
So
sticky.
the moister it is, the better it's going to work right now.
Yeah, so I
I
recommend
didn't
using
do that.
the ceramic coil.
Okay.
62% is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, the ceramic coil with flour will work.
Oh, nice.
We do have a engineer out on the West Coast that is working on a atomizer adapter that will be a convection bake for flour. So I'm not giving anybody a timeline or date for that, but we are working on it.
Will you let me know right away when it's
I will.
ready? I won't
Yeah.
smoke flour. I won't smoke flour in it yet until you get me what I need, because
Yeah.
that's the one thing I was waiting for.
Yeah.
All right. So just concentrates and cartridges.
Mhm.
All right. I did
The
this one.
flour works pretty well, I have to say. I mean, for all the
It's not
the
a true vapor though, because if you look at the ABV, it's charred.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll wait. I'll
It's
wait.
not great, but,
We'll have to do another. We'll have to do another show then.
There you go.
Exactly.
Love it.
I've
Love
been
it.
experimenting though. I let the ash stay there, and then you put the flour on top of the hash, and then that takes away some of the burn, which is interesting.
That is.
Moon rock. Can you smoke a moon rock out of it, or too much?
What's a moon rock?
Oh, a moon rock is flour dipped in hash oil
Oh, okay.
and then,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
rolled in keef.
Sure, you
Wow.
could smoke that in there for sure. Yeah,
Ooh,
Ooh.
I like this even more.
absolutely.
Nice. All right. You got anything else to show us on the machines, on the gadgets, gizmos?
Just
got some nice color options. That's good. The wood's pretty popular right
Wait.
now.
yeah, the wood, the black.
I got the onyx. I like the black one.
Black.
It goes with anything.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
we've got the stone. We will be bringing out the white and the green as well.
Sweet.
I was torn between the green and the black.
I know you did say the green.
I like the
one.
wood too.
The wood. They're all
we
nice.
went black.
We went black.
It's safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. So
Well, and that's a great thing because then it doesn't matter what the decor is in somebody's place.
Yeah.
There's something that'll fit with the decor, so that you're not having to stick away in a cupboard. You're leaving it out.
Mhm.
I like the
For sure.
box too. It comes in very sleek, very nice. All
Thank you.
nice. Inside the box, how everything is all packaged nice, and the foam that you use in there that sits everything so nicely in the flow. When you sent us the flow, and then you sent us the box with the
Mr.
duo.
Weedman likes his boxes.
I do.
Yeah.
I save them too. If they're really good boxes, I save them because when you move one day, you want to put it in the original box. You don't want to put it just in some box and throw a bunch of paper and it breaks. Then you're pissed because it's special. So all
Yeah.
my special stuff that I like, I keep the boxes. And
Yeah,
this is
I'm like
special.
you. And part of it is the experience of opening it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
in a nice-
excited.
Yeah, when it's in a nice box, it just takes that experience to the next level.
Oh, trust me. We did that video upstairs, and I was so excited. I know I bumbled on some stuff because I was so excited. It was like Christmas in July, but it was so awesome. I was so excited because I wanted to use it, but I waited because you sent me the tutorials, which is great. Your tutorials were so good, so good. Thank you for them. And I watched the tutorials for 2 days straight, and then on 4th of July I used it, and it was an
Amazing.
explosion. Good things happened that night. When I smoked it on 4th of July, I was so excited. Oh, it was amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, but the box and the packaging, everyone is just, it's so just
Mhm.
cool, So, you got any plugs or anything you want to talk about? You want to plug your websites, plug your Instagram, your social media? We got something special too for our listeners that Franco's going to tell you about too. So, plug
that's
away.
right. That's right. We're gonna do $25 off for any of your listeners. So they just have to plug the code into Weedman420, and they'll get the magic price. And that's good at the USA site. So it's thezencousa.com. And Zenco USA is also our local handles, and then you'll also find the Canadian ones as well. So, but the special for the Weedman followers is on the USA, ZencoUSA.com, and just plug it in at checkout, and they'll get the magic discount.
Hell yeah. That's
That's
pretty good.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that for everybody out there. I tell you what, you're going to like it. So I'm going to use it a lot. So Paul, Franco, Wendy, thank you so much for being on the Weedman 420 Chronicles podcast, Smoke Sesh Hour. Ms. Weedman, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much.
So much for having us.
Salute.
Mrs. Weedman, you got anything else to say?
I'm baked.
I gotta do a little guy. I gotta do a little shorty. Well,
He's doing more.
A little shorty. I gotta salute.
Okay.
I gotta salute Paul and Franco and Wendy. I salute. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you.
Salute.
Oh, you gotta get that.
I got one coming.
He's got one coming.
All right.
Right on. Salute. Cheers.
Chink chink. Cheerio.
Hey, everybody out there in the world. Peace be with you all. We appreciate everyone coming on the show tonight. Miss Weedman, got anything else to say?
I'm telling you, I'm baked. That's it. Nothing else.
I love it. Everybody out in the world, we love you. Peace be with you all. As Paulie always says, smoke smart, puff puffing away.
Puff puff now.